Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about a heroic combat knife build for the sniper class in patch 12.0 Space Marine 2 on the PTS. Now, the new heroic combat knife is actually pretty damn fun and fairly powerful. There is no official name for this yet, but the stats are 18 strength, 3 plus speed, and 1 cleaving potential, and the defense type is fencing with the heroic perk effect called Knuckles. Riposte window is shorter, but each riposte deals damage to the attacker. So what this perk effect does is on a perfect parry, you will simply damage the enemy you parried a little bit. The damage you actually do will scale with difficulty, but overall, it's like 10% of a Majora's HP, at least versus a Tyranid Warrior, which is actually pretty decent. And the parry window of this weapon, thanks to this perk, feels more like a block weapon. You will still get the fencing, like parry type, where you perfect parry them and get a gun strike, but the actual window to parry them feels like a block weapon. Just keep that in mind. Now, for the perk tree on this, I do take Perpetual Strength first, moving here into the perk Kinetic Energy. Each consecutive heavy attack increases heavy attack melee damage by 3% up to 30% for 3 seconds. Really, we just build into all melee damage here, like Perpetual Strength and things like Shadow Stab and Heavy Onslaught, because this is actually the slowest knife in the entire game of all the top tier options. Like, even among the relic tier here, with the balanced fencing and block version and the power gladius, it is the slowest at 3 plus speed, which is quite funny. That's just the way it is. So we're building for damage for that reason. That's pretty much all I'm going to say on the knife here. Now, as far as some perk changes for the sniper class, we do have a bit of a buff perk here with Efficient Readiness. This one now has a 5-second lingering effect after deactivation, and the base effect is increasing your movement speed by 20% on Camo Cloak, and you'll also automatically reload your ranged weapon. This is pretty useful for a build that we'll get into here, but overall, I think this one's kind of a gimmick build. It's pretty fun. It is kind of interesting to go like Dash from the Incredibles, just run as fast as possible, but I do hope they buff up the movement speed here a little bit to make it more entertaining, but that's just me. Now, as far as our primary weapon here is concerned, I take the automatic bolt carbine because this one is just a really entertaining weapon and very powerful. It also benefits a ton from having that automatic reload speed there. And for the perk tree on this, we do take Headhunter into Rapid Health into Home Precision because this one basically turns your hip fire into a laser beam. You only have to aim down the sights on this weapon at all, which gives you the option to take the full ammo reserve magazine capacity version, despite having the 2 accuracy here. Next perk here is Divine Might, moving here into the perk Headhunter and Headhunter for more damage. Then I move down here into Extended Magazine in the perk Divine Might and pick up Increased Capacity all the way into Magazine Restoration and Divine Might once again. Now, the reason I'm taking the magazine capacity option here is because I am skipping over the perk Versatile Precision this time. We really do not need this on this build because our primary is so damn strong, at least in terms of ammo economy, so it's kind of redundant. Now, for our secondary here, I do take the Inferno Pistol. Now, you may be wondering, why the hell would you take this weapon? I thought it was absolutely garbage. Well, the Inferno Pistol is actually pretty good for stagger, and in patch 12, they've also buffed up the gun strike damage of this by quite a substantial amount. It feels significantly better now, and this was always a very lacking weapon in gun strike damage overall, but now it is much improved. So for the perk tree on this, I am taking the perk Effective Range first, or excuse me, Perpetual Range, into the perk here Brace Reload, and then I grab the perk Perpetual Range once again. Now I skip over the perk up here Motivated Melee because the actual damage calculation of this perk is just god-awful, so you pretty much never want to pick this up. It is a deceptively bad perk, but that's just how it is in this game. Next perk here is Increased Capacity into the perk Magazine Restoration or Adamant Restoration, and the final 2 perks here are of course Extra Shot and Trick Shot for some armor restore. And that's pretty much all there is for the weapon selection. So for our sniper perk tree for that build, we are using Melee Mastery first. Melee damage increased by 20% against Majora's level and higher enemies. This is actually a multiplicative melee damage buff, which makes it one of the best melee damage buff perks in the entire game, which is pretty fun to find out on sniper, but that's just the way it is. Next perk here is Adaptability. Reloading while having low ammo or manually activating your Camo Cloak increases melee damage by 25% for 10 seconds. This one is not as valuable as the perk over here, but it's still pretty good. I definitely think it's more worthwhile than the Vantage Point perk in High Capacity, which is why I pretty much always pick it up. Next perk here is Dexterous Hands. Bolt carbines reload 20% faster and the weapon spread and recoil reduced by 15%. Now, there is kind of a negative synergy with this perk and the one over here with Efficient Readiness because we do instantaneously reload our gun pretty much all the time, so this 20% bonus reload speed really doesn't matter at all for us, but also this is the only perk in this entire column that does quite literally anything for your bolt carbine, so pretty much always pick it up. Next perk here is Squad Renewal. A headshot kill restores ability charged by 10% for any team member. When you're playing Sniper, you just take this perk, or you take the perk over here for Renewal, because if you don't, your Camo Cloak just kind of sucks. So you're kind of pigeonholed into taking this one if you take Efficient Readiness, but you know, you could take like Marksmanship or Precision Targeting if you wanted to. I just don't know why you would, but that is an option. Next perk here is Efficient Readiness, which is kind of like the whole thing we want to try out today. Camo Cloak increases movement speed by 20%, and manually activating Camo Cloak automatically reloads your ranged weapons, and the effect lasts 5 seconds after deactivation. Now, a 5-second lingering effect is kind of noticeable. I do hope they buff up the movement speed buff, or like buff up the lingering effect to be like 10 seconds. That would probably feel a lot better, but for now, it is definitely better than it used to be. Next perk here is Targeted Shot. The first range attack that breaks your Camo Cloak deals 75% more damage. Now, an interesting feature of this perk, as of like, patch 11, I think, is that now it will basically have like a lingering effect after you exit Camo Cloak for like 5 shots, which means you can get 5 shots of an automatic bolt carbine off while this perk effect is active for that 75% buff, and you also get like a full instigator burst, so pretty cool for that. Next perk here is Persistence. When Camo Cloak deactivates, you will take 20% less health damage and don't lose control of heavy hits and cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. This is just a no knockback perk with health damage reduction. You do go in and out of Cloak all the time, and since we're not taking Purification, this one does help out quite a bit. Final perk here is, of course, Pattern of Excellence. Performing 3 consecutive headshots restores equipment charge by 1. The cooldown is 30 seconds. A 30-second Melt-A-Bomb, Crack Grenade, Shock Grenade, even Frag Grenade, that is just ridiculous value, and getting 3 consecutive headshots on an automatic bolt carbine is pretty damn easy. Now, for the Prestige perk tree, I do take a little bit of a different thing here. First, I take Emperor's Grace. When Camo Cloak activates, you become invulnerable to damage for 2 seconds, but then I skip over our ammo economy perk here, Versatile Precision, because we do have an absolutely fat stack of ammo with the bolt carbine anyways, that you really don't need this perk. Like, I'd only take this if I was going to Siege mode, and to be honest, I wouldn't take Sniper and Siege anyways, so really not that necessary at all in this one. Next perk here is Material Upgrade. Equipment damage radius increases by 15%. This is just a fun perk effect. It'll probably get more entertaining when you have a Techmarine on your side and patch 12 and stuff like that, but for now, it's still pretty entertaining in like the base game. And the final 2 perks I grab are Conviction, because damage reduction is nuts, and the final perk is Exacting Focus, because 20% more range damage for 10 seconds on a gun strike that you do all the time in this game is just one of the easiest things you could possibly have to trigger in Space Marine 2. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. Hopefully this guide helped you, and as always, like content like this, subscribe for more, and take it easy. Bye. Just going in.
The Reclamation Center entrance is just ahead, Captain.
The Hive ships are moving into range of the Capillary Towers. We are in Kadaku's final hours.
You can definitely tell the Inferno pistol is better gunstrike this batch. Ow. Which button is your parry / block and dodge? It's all vanilla. Hey, there we go. What's the build you had the most fun with? Honestly, right now, it's like the Crack and Penetrator round grenade launcher build is really damn fun in this game. And I hope they don't nerf the, well, I mean, they're probably gonna nerf the grenade portion, but I hope they don't nerf the bolter portion at all, because it's pretty fun at the moment. I hope they add it to all classes. I actually made a video on that today, because I really think that like the Crack and Penetrator rounds 50% bonus to body shot damage, that should just be a base thing on the weapons, because after playing with it, every other bolter weapon in the game feels bad. Or I should say every other class option for the similar weapon. Like if I take a heavy bolt rifle now in a heavy class, I feel like I'm really screwing myself over without the new perk. It also does a lot of damage to Biowars. This guy.
Spread out. Reactivate these consoles, and we gain access to the fortress and its weapons. It dug its own grave. There is a leak sniffing around us. We cannot enter the fortress until the entire system is activated. Active camouflage charge. Fester and rot. See what abomination. Changing magazine.
All right.
Fortress remains sealed. We have to activate these consoles.
Could be a little dangerous.
Inserting fresh
Alright, there's no shout at me.
Camelioline cloak ready. I am a phantom of death. We cannot enter the fortress until the entire system is activated.
Have you tried out the custom stratagems on the PTS? Yes, I have. It's actually pretty fun. Actually pretty fun.
Never lost sight of that.
The fortress remains sealed. We have to activate these consoles.
Active camouflage charge.
Okay. But this is definitely where I'd prefer a Power Gladius,
No match for our
but we'll make do.
reloading. Stealth ready.
So what's the better perk right now for bolt weapons, a balanced distribution, or crack and penetrator rounds? Well, crack and penetrator rounds are definitely better for like piercing weapons, I feel. So if you have a weapon with a high piercing value, you probably get a lot more out of it. Thanks to crack and penetrator rounds. If you're playing like a very single target focused weapon, like, you know, a stalker bolt rifle, for example, I would still stick with the balanced distribution because that got buffed. It probably got buffed because crack and penetrator rounds got buffed.
Active camouflage charge. Cannot enter the fortress until we
Does Kraken work on the Pyroblaster? Right now it does. It's not intended though. It works on the Pyroblaster, Melter Rifle, and everything else on the PTS, but that's going to be fixed pretty soon. It's not an intended gameplay thing at all. Yeah, Power Gladius just killed him there.
Camelioline cloak ready. Camelioline engaged. All fury and
Okay.
thunder. No
There we go.
tactics. Active camouflage charged.
Are accolades the currency for heroic gear? Yes, they are. And you earn those through the hard stratagems mode for like weeklies and dailies. And the community event right now. Mind if I join you on the Dash Assault next round? Or are you doing solo? I'm just doing solos right now. That's what I'm doing for now. See? What we got.
Transmission of blessing has commenced.
When's patch 12 going to arrive? End of the month.
Eliminate the
The minister's presence
here. Hey, FTD in the chat, what's up, dude? Oh my god. Get my way. I can't wait for like proper equipment builds. Now, Saber did say that the Techmarine, they have some intended changes for him. They said the perk tree, like they know the perk tree is a little shitty. They know that players aren't a big fan of the overall perk design. They did say not to expect like a major change. They're gonna fix some stuff in the patch 11 or patch 12.
Stealth ready. I see no stealth they try to ambush. Changing magazine. Alien biobomb. Ready fire.
I haven't seen this build being run for a long time. Well, they buffed up efficient readiness, so like now you get to go a little bit faster now, like 5 seconds. They should buff this up to like a double movement speed buff, in my opinion.
Active camouflage charge.
Because there's no way that's ever going to be like a competitive thing with the whatever is it? How much ramble over here? Oh wait, I went the complete wrong way. Hold on. Getting lost. Okay.
Invasive material located.
If we are to fix this, we must destroy the spores that spawn these vines. Shock grenade release. Tyrannies have no mind to attack.
That's a lot of alternatives. Hold on.
Shock grenade. I am a faster meteorite boat ready. The Tyranid infestation will grow no more. We eliminate the source, we eliminate the obstacle.
I'll just say though, if they want the Techmarine to be really strong on launch or not be like completely shit on by most of the player base, they need to give it no knockback. Like I don't really think that's a question. It just has to happen. Do you have an exact release date for patch 12? No. End of the month. That's the best you got. I'll probably talk about that later, but for now, end of the month. Alright, then we go over here, shall we?
Blessings extended to the slumbering unit. Awakening has begun. Console operational. Connection to all controls established. Critical desire. System restoration. Run controls reset. We can go. Open the door.
Readying next volley. Munitions here.
Why would you run this build over Last Fusel or Bolt Sniper? I mean, this one's better at close range. But I mean, that's like asking why do we run anything except Pyro Blaster in the game?
We
This isn't really a competitive game where it's like, you know, it's not like you're playing a competition where it's like, hey guys, we have to be able to kill the enemy team as optimally as possible or we lose the championship. You can play whatever you want.
We are entering the fortress.
Good. Head up to the cannons and remind the Xenos of whom they dare to attack.
Okay, let's go over here. Follow these guys.
Free army. Picking up a rendezvous on my mark. Take
As a heroic bolt sniper, playable with groups. I feel like it's easier to solo with it. It's definitely playable with groups.
objective on the other side.
Not that bad. Gotta hit your headshots.
I am a phantom of death. Stealth ready.
I smell another boss fight coming up. Now, one of the downsides of the heroic knife right now is that it's actually broken. It will instantly kill the parried enemy on a Minora's parry and not give you armor back, but that'll be fixed, I'm sure. Let's go use the strobe gun.
Tyrannies have no mind Taking this volley.
What the fuck's this guy doing?
Filthy fuckface. Tyranny on. Free army. Camelio line cloak active. Camelio line cloak ready. Shock grenade deployed. Camelio line engaged. Changing magazine. Unseen ice. Quite hard. Limbs injected. Active camouflage charged. Camelio line cloak active.
Stop blocking. Thank you.
Alien bioform eliminated. Neurotoxins do not get inside your stealth ready. They shall not. Active camouflage charged. Tester and rot.
So many snipers, goddamn.
I am a phantom of death. Camellia line cloak ready. Precisely what we needed. Camellia line cloak active.
Does the bot Techmarine get the turrets? No, it's only a player who does that.
Active camouflage charge.
Can you imagine? Oh, thanks for the zero animation on that one. Or zero sound effect, I should say.
Stealth ready. Munitions here. Inserting fresh magazine.
Mostly the Brazilian funk right now? I can't say that I am.
They shall not.
This is where I wish I had a, Alright. Can I get one off? There we go.
We make, we live.
As for Power Gladius, it's gonna be better.
Perfect balance.
You seriously can't wait for the Heroic Heavy Bolter and the buffs are cracking. I feel like those buffs, so they just gotta go on all the weapons, in my opinion. Be much better.
They are amassing at the fortress.
Then that is where they will die.
Right, there we go. Anyone know to get any of the Porphyr Shield set weapon skins for the event? You just have to buy them in the Accolade store. They only cost requisition.
Take all you can carry.
That is all. That's all you must do.
Be mindful of not just its size, but
Yeah, they're pretty cheap.
brothers. We must reach the fortress's weapons.
Okay.
Grenade ready. That's their hand belongs to this Xenos abomination. Reloading. Second wave headed toward us.
You are near the last cannons. You will need to find the manual controls to operate them.
I see the console to speak of. Our adversaries are keen to lose it. Alien bioform eliminated.
Raven Guard Sniper and Pass 12, yeah. I've heard a lot of controversy of people saying like, oh, the Raven Guard are using a jump pack. I thought they were snipers. I genuinely think a lot of people don't realize that Raven Guard love jump packs. They absolutely love Lightning Claw jump packs for their whole thing. In fact, I'd say they probably like it more in a lot of cases than they even like sniping. They do both. Bikes too, yeah.
We have landed a power.
I do feel like Raven Guard have been making the comeback, though, because recently people have been talking pretty favorably about the Raven Guard
Contamination.
compared to prior years. They are literally birds. They fly. That's true. They do a hit and run tactic. That's their whole thing.
We have landed a powerful blow.
Auxiliary generators to resume firing.
Raven Guard are the jump pack chapter. It's either them or Blood Angels. Oh, that's awesome. So fun. Let's get this done, please. I don't feel like doing it later. Oh, thank you. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Activation complete.
Whatever.
Take the shot.
Things that feel bad in Space Marine 2. Interacting with an object and getting shot in the ass.
It expels its
Things that feel good. Shooting this guy in the face.
Chameleon line cloak ready. Changing magazine.
I'm about to learn these Tyranids so hard.
Chameleon line cloak active. Remain on guard. Tower probe approaching. Reloading. Chameleon line engaged. Active camouflage shard. Synaptic surface. Rearming. Camellia line cloak ready.
Okay, let's go interact with that now.
A most impressive cleansing, brothers.
I thought it was more guerrilla tactics when it comes to Raven Guard. I mean, they're more like a hit and run chapter. So yes, technically, but that's really more of a Raptors thing when it comes to like precision weaponry exclusively. But they love jump packs. They absolutely love the jump pack. I mean, fuck, their chapter master model has a jump pack for a reason. Or I should say he's high up.
We have landed a powerful blow. Time to end this battle. The Titan, we must use the generators and recharge.
Armor boost. Like that. Alright, get me the fuck out of here. Doesn't give you armor right now, the heroic weapon. Tragic. Please snipe my teammate, not me.
We have incoming. This one.
Alright, that's convenient. Over.
Cannons loaded.
It's a flying comrade courage. That's more or less all Raven Guard. Our flying comrades.
Ready.
System link has been established. All specs connected.
Wow, didn't kill him. Gotta do it one more time.
Keep light between
There we
you
go.
and the Xenos weapon.
So that's the new heroic combat knife and the buffed efficient readiness perk. Pretty fun. I feel like they could do better on like the buff on speed. It doesn't feel that noticeable, but the instantaneous reload is nice. It's funny because it's like the fourth time in a row we've had a major change they've tried to do to the efficient readiness and ambush perk, and it's like flopped every time. This one's definitely better than the last one though.